Hey, what's up guys? Evan Aldo here on this beautiful day in South Florida. Tom Brady is finally retiring. I announced it a couple days ago now. Been meaning to talk about that. People have been talking about crypto regulation some more. And, going on to Tom Brady, to think, he was the quarterback who won the Super Bowl the year after 9/11. He was the quarterback who won the Super Bowl the year after the pandemic started. He was around for that long. And he's finally retiring at age 44. I remember watching him, play when I was like 5 years old. That's how long this guy's been playing football. And, it's just kind of like, it's just so unlikely to be able to do that, to just prove everybody wrong your entire career. Tom Brady also, if you're not familiar, he played baseball in high school, and he was drafted by the Montreal Expos, which is now the Washington Nationals, I believe. And he could have played professional baseball, but he chose to try to play in the NFL, to go to Michigan, University of Michigan, to play football, and he just sat on the bench. So he chose basically sitting on the bench for a while to try to play football rather than go into the MLB and play professional baseball. Just imagine that. That is pretty crazy, because you think the courage, and I'm sure, how do you think he felt, the couple of years when he was sitting at the bench on Michigan? I don't know exactly how it was, but I know that he didn't start until towards the end. I mean, how would he felt? How would he have felt? You can make a lot, play professional baseball, but he wanted to go for football. He liked football better. He envisioned himself playing football or whatever. Going more on that, I mean, this is kind of the beginning of a new era, I think. Kind of the beginning of a new era. And you look at kind of the NFL right now, and some of you probably don't follow it, or whatever. Just bear with me. It's a lot of younger quarterbacks, a lot of younger people my age, guys my age, are starting to make a name for themselves. They're starting to get in there and do very, very well. And it's definitely that era. I mean, this is our time. This is for you guys in our 20s to change the world, to make a stand, to get in there and change things. And they say, as a guy, I'm going to be 25 years old soon. They say when you become, when you turn 25 or whatever, you become more mature. There's a lot of science behind that age. I think there's some great things ahead for us. And one of the things I really liked about Tom Brady was there was after Kobe Bryant died, that was right before the pandemic started. Brady wrote kind of a post about it or whatever on some social media platform. I think it was Instagram, and he said that Kobe Bryant was really, really motivational, really, really positive. And one of the things, like when you're going for something big, this is what Brady wrote, when you're going for something big, everybody is going to tell you no. Everybody is going to say no. And you need to be able to say yes. You need to be proud of yourself and what you're trying, regardless of whatever anybody else thinks, regardless. And, it's kind of like, I'm sure people thought Brady was crazy. I'm just thinking about that, turning down playing professional baseball to try to, he was worse at football, obviously, to try to play in the NFL, and then becomes considerably the greatest football player of all time, at least greatest quarterback of all time. Just incredible. The things, it's always impossible until somebody does it, until somebody plays, until they're 44 years old, finally going to retire now. I think he could have probably did one more year, but it's definitely the beginning of a new era. I mean, definitely, I could just feel it. And then, moving on, people have been talking about crypto regulations for the past few days. I think it's going to be good, overall. I think, people obviously have a fear we're going to end up like China or whatever. I don't think that's going to happen, at least not yet. I think, it's looking good. Cautious optimism, but it is looking good. And I'm not even talking about, where the price of crypto is going, but I think that's looking pretty good too. But I'm thinking, just in terms of how society is, in terms of, Supreme Court had their ruling. Don't want to get into too much detail of everything, but things, regulations, mandates, they seem to be ending. It seems to be looking kind of good, at least from what I was saying. Cautious optimism. Seems like we're looking good. These regulations, I mean, you got to realize inflation affects these politicians too. Look at Mayor Miami, really into it, really into crypto. New mayor of New York City, into it. They're they don't make too much either. These politicians, they need something to put their money into, so they're going to be looking towards crypto. And I think it's going to be some good times ahead. I think this regulation is going to help for the most part. Everybody's going to be affected by this. I think we're going to be okay. I think there's a lot of people, especially people predicting the markets, predicting this, and they like to kind of sell that that fearful thing, that fearful type of thing, like, oh, it's always going down, oh, this, that. And in general, something with decent fundamentals, something with that's a matter of opinion, that's subjective fundamentals, but it's in general, it's never a good idea to sell something at a 50% loss. It's never usually a good idea to do that. Obviously, it depends, every situation is different, but if you got something with good fundamentals, usually when everybody's scared after a 50% correction, after when it's way down, usually that's not a good time to just call it quits. The average person is just flopping and groping. They're FOMOing in and getting out. You want to buy low and sell high. Easier said than done, I know. Easier said than done. But yeah, I think this new era, I mean, I just think about, when I was growing up, I would always envision myself kind of living in Florida, living somewhere warm, because I like the warmth. And here I am. Florida is kind of just such an amazing state, really. And it's really, sometimes I get a little, it's like it gives me like California in the 1970s, 1980s, even 1990s vibes, where just everybody's moving there, and then look what happens. I mean, not the place it used to be, definitely not. But I think we'll be okay a few more years for Florida. Housing prices in general have just skyrocketed here. Oh my God, just insane. If you invested in real estate down here 5 years ago, oh boy. And I think it could go higher too. Everybody, that fearful thing, everybody's kind of fearful with real estate. And the masses, I mean, always, we know the masses usually always get it wrong. Everybody I talk to, yeah, real estate's gonna come back down. It's been up a lot, but what people don't realize is it kind of just came back in some suburban areas. It kind of just came back from what it was back in 07 in some places, just passed. And usually, maybe a double top pattern from over 10 years ago. But, I think with all the money printing and all that, you're not going to, just the Fed hiking interest rates a little bit here and there, that's barely even going to make a tiny dent in it. I mean, the seeds have been planted. The seeds of inflation have been planted. And there's fear, there's brief deflationary periods, there's, everybody gets all flopping and groping over the stock market going down 12%, but, it seems like, what I will say is, I think it's going to be all right, just in general, at least in the next few years. I think we got some good times ahead in the next few years. And all these people tell me Biden's gonna be out of office in 6 months. Biden's not gonna be, he's gonna be dead in 6 months. And then I was thinking to myself, like, they're gonna have him read off of a teleprompter. It doesn't. The minimum to be acting as president is not very much. You need a pulse. That's all you need. I mean, the thing about politics is not the brightest people don't go into politics, really. The brightest people, they just if they want to start businesses, they want to make money. Politics is more of kind of a, really obedient following kind of the society type thing, the people who go into it. And the people who go to those political rallies, oh God, do not get me started. Oh boy, because I was a political science major. It was one of the things I studied in college at UMiami. And oh my God, some of those rallies, some of those people I met, they are crazy. They are crazy people in a good way. I mean, I'm not bashing or anything, but it was just interesting. It was such an interesting, to learn about all that stuff and all the experiences. I mean, it's just been incredible. And I think, I think prices will go up some more. I think things will generally trend up. I mean, how long could you keep printing money before the bubble pops? It could be a while, guys. I mean, Anthony Pompliano said it could be even 100 years. It could be a while. I don't think it's going to be that long, but I think we'll be okay. I think crypto will come in. I think things will just generally get better with time, as they always have. There's blips in it, but I don't think the chaos a lot of people like to preach is going to really occur. And it's kind of a little repetitive right now, but I think the best days are going to be here. That's pretty much all I got to say, guys. I think 2022 is going to be great. Think about it this way. I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think every February after a red January for Bitcoin was green. It's looking like that's going to happen. Things have been coming up, and remember to enjoy your life. Come out in nature. It's beautiful vibration. This park right near where I lived, I never really even discovered it yet. I've been living here for a while, and just a great place to come out and make a video. Hope it wasn't too windy. Hope you guys were able to hear me. Have a great day, guys. If you enjoy this content, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Goodbye.